Hello everyone, welcome to this class. So in this class, we'll discuss a very important intraday technical indicator, which we called as VAP, volume weightage average price. So I'm recording this video on 26th January 2024. And what I'll try to do, I'll try to work on VAP strategy on certain stocks. That way I'll try to decide what would be the movement on certain stock on next day. So imagine I'm into NSE website, and if I go to market data, here I can go to indices. Okay, I just want to check the movement on those stocks which were very volatile. So here if I click on Nifty 50, so Nifty 50 is basically it's a portfolio of top 50 blue chips company. So you can see all the 50 stocks of NSE, which belongs to the portfolio of Nifty. So you can see all these stocks and you can do all required assessment on these stocks. What I want, if I want, I can download this data. So for my mathematical assessment, let's download this data. Okay, so if I download this data, the data what you will get in CSV format. So whatever mathematical work if you want to do on this data, please do on MS Excel. Avoid working on CSV file. So this is basically Nifty 50, the movement in Nifty 50, it's opening, highest, lowest, close, last traded price, what was the percentage change, okay, how much it changed. So it fall by 101.35. How many volume of shares got traded there? What was the value in crore? The 52-week high of Nifty and 52-week low of Nifty, and this all this there. Okay, fine. So what I want to know, I want to track those stocks which are very volatile. And based on that, I want to decide my trading strategy. And for that, I'll follow VAP. So here, let me just delete this movement of Nifty 50. These are the remaining stock. Okay, control shift up arrow. So you can see around 50 stocks are there. Fine. If I want, I can give numbering to these stocks. Okay, serial number I'm just writing. If I do double click, I'll get from 1 to 50. Fine. So I want to see those stocks which were volatile yesterday. So let me put filter here. And if I go here, volume and sort it from largest to smallest. So possibly I can see the stock called Tata Steel or HDFC Bank or Tata Motors, BPCL, Bharti Airtel. These stocks were very volatile yesterday, and few of them were marked green, while few of them were marked red. You can see the percentage change and all. You can see the movement. So possibly the stock like TCS, not TCS, Tata Steel, which actually closed in negative, okay, or you can see HDFC Bank. So HDFC Bank has fallen a lot. So you all know the reason, the how they have got the third quarter result. After that, all PSU banking stocks are falling like anything. If you want, you can buy HDFC. It's the right time. Okay, so possibly in this class, I'm talking about intraday technical tool called VAP. So I'll try to do assessment on certain stocks. Let first pick Tata Steel. Okay, so if I want to do research on Tata Steel, I want to know its VAP and how it's moving. So imagine if I just go ahead and click here volume. So here I got the Tata Steel. I just click there. So you can see it has fallen by 1 point. Okay, so it VAP is around 134.19. Okay, so you can devise a trading strategy basically on intraday purpose by looking on VAP. So let's first talk about how VAP is being calculated. So if you want to know how VAP is basically calculated, so what you need to know, you need to have this data, the historical data of Tata Steel. Although the data you will get here, what is the VAP value? If you want to know mathematically how this VAP is being calculated, VAP basically means volume weightage average price. So here we take the assessment of volume also and we take the price also. So here you need to take the historical data of the stock, and you can select from what date to what date you want. Okay, for example, if I want 1 year data, I just clicked on 1 year, 3 month. So more data, if you take, much more better assessment you will get. And then click on download CSV. Okay, so your file is being downloaded. So once your file is being downloaded, basically for VAP, I need opening price of the stock. I need highest. I need lowest. I need opening price of the stock. I need it highest, lowest. Okay, I need it LTP, last traded price, and I need it volume. Okay, if you want, you can see the VAP is also given here. Every day the VAP is also given, but I want to calculate VAP mathematically. I want to tell you how VAP is basically calculated and all, how these values you are getting. Okay, so for that, so you need opening, highest, lowest, and last traded price and volume you need. So here I have done on one stock, which I'm showing you. Okay, so first you can see this data. First, make sure that you arrange the data. You arrange the data from oldest to newest. For that, you can put filter, and you can just oldest to newest. You can arrange the data. Okay, once you get that, then you delete the series and all not relevant. You can delete open, high, low, previous, close. You can delete, control space bar, control minus. Okay, closing price, VAP, all I want to calculate this, control minus, volume I need. Value means the same volume, the same value means in what is a value? Value is in rupees. So basically your price into the volume will give you the value. Okay, so you need this data. Same thing I have done here. So some stock I have taken, and the calculation I'm doing from 13th December 2013 23 to 12th January. I have taken highest, lowest, and closing price, that LTP, that is LTP only. Okay, and volume I have taken. So first, what you need to do, you have to find the typical price. What is typical price? It's basically the average of your highest, lowest, and closing price. Okay, take the average of that. I believe you are good with MS Excel, so you can easily find the typical price. Typical price is just an average. You know how to find the average, right? So what would be the average of this? 54452 plus 5369.4 plus 5444.5 divided by 3. So you got the typical price of every day. You got the typical price every day. Once you got the typical price every day, multiply your typical price with volume. Okay, multiply your typical price with volume. Okay, do this work for every day. Okay, once you got that work, okay, what you do, this is basically product of typical price. It is a product of typical price into volume. It is basically the product of typical price into volume. You got the typical price. What is the typical price? It is the average of highest, lowest, and closing. Once you get that, then once you got the typical price, multiply the typical price with volume. Volume data you will get every time when you download the data. Okay, once you get the typical price, find the cumulative of this value. How will you get the cumulative of this value? If you know basic statistics, how will you get the cumulative? Cumulative first would be this only. Next would be this value plus that day value. So this is the cumulative. Then next would be before value, before total value plus today value. Like this you do for every day, or you just do double click. Excel has understood what you want. It will do the work. Then you need the cumulative of volume. How will you get the cumulative of volume? Again, the same way. Volume of the first day was this. Next day, cumulative volume would be yesterday volume plus today volume. Okay. Next day, the cumulative volume would be yesterday volume plus today volume. Okay. So once you got this, just do double click, you will get all the value. Then what is basically your VAP? VAP is basically your cumulative of typical price into volume divide by the cumulative of volume. You'll get the VAP of the stock. Okay, this is basically the VAP of the stock. Okay, if you want, you can find the standard deviation of this. If I want, I can find the standard deviation of the same. Standard deviation of the same if you want. you should know what is the difference between standard deviation of population and the sample. Okay, so you got the standard deviation. Once you got the standard deviation, what I can do for upper margin, upper margin plus minus of two standard deviation we do use. So VAP plus two times of your upper margin we do, and then you can find lower margin. Lower margin, it's like a Bollinger band only. Lower margin would be your VAP minus two times of your standard deviation. Okay. Yeah. One point to be noted here. So this would be constant. Fix this with F4 key. Let me just check. Yeah. Same thing. Lower margin when you're doing, just fix this cell. I hope you know fixing the cell. Basic Excel, you know. You got the upper margin, lower margin. Okay. Now what I want you to plot a graph. Okay. I want you to plot a graph based on the date. Okay. If I take the date, let me just hide other data. Other data are not relevant for me. Yeah. How to hide? Control 0. Date, I got the VAP. Okay. I needed the closing price also. 1 minute. Control Z. I needed the last traded price also. Yeah, typical price, not last traded price. I need to plot the closing curve. Control 0, then control space bar, shift right arrow. This is my web. Control 0. Yeah. So just copy this data. Control shift right arrow, down arrow. Control C. Just bring it here. Or TSV. I don't want formula problem here. Okay. Again, everything is coming. Control Z. What I want, I just wanted the value what I have copied, those values only to come. Press F5, go to spatial, visible cells only, Control C, then Control V. So those values the visible only come, hidden value will not come. Otherwise, when I was doing normal pasting, everything was coming. Okay. Now what I want, guys, now what I want, imagine if I plot the curve, Control A, if I go to insert, 1 minute, my video got started. If I go to insert, I want the line graph. Yeah. So basically, what is your closing price, LTP? The blue line is your closing price. Okay, 1 minute. Let me just bring my marker here. Just hold for the moment. Yeah. So here, what you need to understand, guys, here, that when you're seeing this price, when you're seeing this price, this is your closing price, right? This is your closing price. This is your closing price of the stock. This is your last traded price of the stock. Okay, if this last traded price, if this is trading above the VAP, what VAP is your red color line. So wherever your last traded price is trading above the VAP, that shows those are bullish sentiment. Here at this moment, this crossover was about to happen. So imagine if it crossed from the top, then negative sentiment, the possibility of negative sentiment was about to develop, but actually did not went down. But here, if you see, it has actually went down. So what you can do, you can generate a selling signal here. Okay, if this is basically intraday strategy. So wherever you see this, what you can do, you can do short selling here, and you can put this as your target price. Okay, this margin as your target price. Okay, and you can put a stop loss maybe in the ratio 1:1 or 1:2. So imagine what would be the length of this. So half of that you can put that as a stop loss. Okay, and that way if you generate the trading, you will definitely will get a good profit here. Same way when this line crossed here, so here the buying possibility generated, here the buying possibility generated, and you can put a target of this line. This line would be your target. Okay, below this could be your stop loss if you are very aggressive in your approach. Otherwise, half of this you can put that as your stop loss. That you can do on day-to-day trading. Uh, Same, if you want, you can generate by using trading view or any other app in the market. Okay, you can use any app. Maybe if I'm seeing Tata Steel in trading view, okay, you can see this. So I'm basically observing 5-minute chart. You can see 5-minute or 10-minute chart. 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10-minute chart would be ideal for you. So if you see this 25th, this was 25th January. Okay, so it started with big red candle. Okay, if you see 24th, it closed somewhere around 134.15. Okay, so it closed around 134.15. So 24th, if I just write it somewhere, 24th, 24th, it closed on 24th, 21. So 24th, it 24th, it closed. The last traded price on 24th was 134.15. Okay, 124th, it was around 520, then 525. So it ended with red signal around 134.15, and then on 25th when it opened, 25th when it opened, it went with gap down, where 25th when it opened with a gap down, where you can see the price. You can see the price here. You can see the price here. The price here was 135. It this was the no, opening price. This was red candle, right? So the opening price was 136.20. So 136.3020 was the opening. It was gap up to 25th. It opened with a gap up of how much? 25th, it opened with a gap up of 136.20. So 136.20. So whenever you see a gap up possibility in the market, okay, whenever you're seeing a gap up possibility in the market, definitely you have to wait for the selling signal to be generated. For that you need VWAP. Okay, so I just go to indicator, and here I just go and search for VWAP. So volume weightage average price. Okay, so I got the VWAP here. So the moment I got the VWAP here, you can see this 25th. So what I will do, I'll wait this red candle, which is somewhere, this red candle is above the VWAP line only. So it will definitely, this is my blue is my VWAP, and both the green are basically my, what do you say, my +2 standard deviation, -2 standard deviation. Okay, let me just go and do some setting here. Okay, the upper band, I want to change it color. Upper band, some other color, not red or blue, not green also. It's right now already green. Maybe some pink or something, maybe thicker. Okay. So here if you see 25th when it opened. So I'll wait for this. so that it will come below the pink line. Pink line is my upper band here of standard deviation. So for it to fall, there should be a broad range candle, which should be a red candle. Here I got the red candle. After the red candle, you can see a green candle. So there's a possibility of trend to be reversed. Okay, green candle means there's a possibility that it might go up. Okay, there's a possibility that it might go up. Okay, so you cannot trust this candle. So for it to fall, there should be a green, then red. So like here you can see green and then red, and the closing of that is below the line. So VWAP line. Here, what you can do if you want, you can generate a selling signal where this value 135 can be your limit order to enter, and you can put a stop loss. Your stop loss value can be this upper higher of this was 135.45, and you can enter in the market at 135.1, and double of this you can put as a stop loss. Or what you can do, your stop loss, your trigger price can be at the lower band of this. Okay, lower band of this, it can be like this value 134.75 can be your trigger price, if you want. Okay, so here if you see this, it would very soon will reach that also. Okay, here you will not see, if you see the difference is not very big. Here it again fall down. Here if you see it fall down, now it's below the VWAP line. Okay, the lower band of VWAP line also. Here red candle is there. When I'll generate the buy signal, if I see the closing with a green above it. So above it, if you see, but it's coming very big. So imagine if you would have entered at this. Okay, so it has already touched the upper circuit of our resistance line. So again, this will not work here. If I want, I can enter here. I can enter here, and I can put a trigger of this, the lower green line, and I can put a stop loss, which was the highest of this, that I can do. Or if you see here, if you see, there's a possibility to enter in the market. Here you can enter some, here you can enter in the market. This would be your buying price, and your stop loss would be, this would be 133.15 can be your stop loss. And you can put a target of this this value 134.35, and this will definitely will touch within the day. Or you can see at the end of the day it has touched that value, or it was very close to that. So like this we can initiate a VWAP trading strategy in the market. Okay, similarly along with VWAP, if you want, you can also use super trend. Okay, along with VWAP, if you want, you can use super trend. You can use super trend in the market. So super trend, if you see on 25th, super trend was telling in the morning only that if you see the green color, if you're seeing June, if super trend is in green color, means it is indicating that please buy that. Okay, so it's recommending you that please buy the stock. So you would have, if you would have bought it somewhere in the beginning of the day, then the super trend has actually continued. The super trend has actually continued. Okay, it has actually continued. It has actually continued till here. It is showing here possibly the red color. The moment if the super trend is becoming red, you can sell the stock. Okay, so when you super trend and your VWAP both are showing the same movement, you can basically you can practice that strategy at that movement only. So here, if your super trend is showing red color, if your super trend is showing red color, you can sell the stock. When you super trend, the movement here 134.11 super trend started showing green, so you can buy the stock. Okay, and your VAP, your stock is also below the VAP, below VAP line. You can definitely can buy the stock. And you, what you can do when you're buying the stock, uh, maybe around 134.11, if you're buying the stock, you can put trigger of you at the VAP line. Whatever, wherever is your VAP line is there, you can put that as a trigger, initial trigger, or a final trigger would be the upper band of that. You can put them as your trigger value, and the lower band of the VAP line, you can put that as a stop loss, or half of the difference of the margin level point what you're getting. The half of that, if you're not getting, you can put that half of that as your stop loss, and that way you can enter into the market. Clear everyone? So that way, this is basically a strategy which we called as a VAP. And if we use this along with a super trend, it would be very helpful for us to trade in the market. So I hope you have understood this. So this strategy, what we are talking about, a VAP strategy, here we are taking cumulative of price and volume both together. So the price and volume both should move in sync with each other, and that actually gives us an ideal scenario for intraday trading purpose. Okay, if you want, if you like here, when you are getting a green color, if when super trend is also telling buy, and VAP is also was telling you to buy here at this moment. Okay, when your stock was trading around, this was the price of the stock, maybe 134.95. What you want, you can just check that should I buy or not. For that, this is 5 minute chart. What you can do, you can go and check in 15-minute chart. So is any uptrend is developing or not? Okay, so you can see that, check the time. Let me check the time of that moment. So here the time was, yeah. So this time was around 11:35. 11:35. What I'll do, I'll go and check at that moment 15-minute chart what they're telling you. 11:35. So 25th. 11:35. If you're seeing 11:35, somewhere 11:35, you can see a downtrend was developing. Okay, so if you see in 15-minute chart, although 5-minute chart, your super trend and your VAP was telling you to buy, but in 15-minute chart, you are getting a reverse. You can see a downtrend here. So the possibility of a downtrend, or here if you are somewhere 11:15, so somewhere here, before that you can see uptrend was there till then, till you can see till 11:30 there's a uptrend was there. Okay, you can see till 11:30 there was a uptrend, because that time was around 11:15. So what you can do, you can, because you till 11:30 you can see an possibility of uptrend here. So what you can do, you can buy the stock, okay, for intraday purpose, maybe around 11:15, and keep checking in 15-minute or 30-minute chart what trend they are talking about, what trend they're talking about. So 25th around 11:15, you can see a big green color candle, you can see here. So expanded range candle you can see here. So you can definitely you can go with a buying signal here. Okay, here, and then you can wait for the movement when your super trend started showing red color. At that moment only you can sell the stock. So if you trade in huge volume, then you can definitely will make a profit in the market. So I hope you understood this, the how VAP is basically used in the market. Here in this session I talked about VAP, how it is basically calculated, and how you can use that in actual trading strategy in the market. So I hope you have understood what we have discussed in this session. more we'll talk about in next session. Thank you. I'll see you all in next session. Bye.